All right, guys, welcome to my predictions for week 5 of the NA Challengers League. It's the last week. A lot of big games this week to decide whether teams will make the midseason face-off. I will be doing my predictions for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. So to quickly go over my record for the season, last week I went 4-2, only getting the G2 and FaZe Clan games wrong. The FaZe one, I'm a little bit more upset about because they played dicey on Viper for whatever reason. But not talking about that. But with that, I'm like 17-7 overall in the season. Not too mad about that. I just want to have a good week this week. But I think there's a genuine possibility that I could get every game here wrong after doing my predictions. So that should be fun. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, and for the first game of the week, we have TSM versus DSG. Both of these teams have looked pretty shaky in recent weeks, but I think TSM has overall looked better, so I'm going to take them in this game. This game, I don't think matters at all other than for seeding. I think both teams are already in the mid-season invitational, so it should be a good week for both these teams to test some stuff out. And now the guard versus M80. This might be a little bit of a hot take, but I'm actually going to take the guard here. I know they haven't looked the best the past few weeks, while M80 has just been kind of rolling through everybody that they've played. But I think I'm going to take the most experienced team in the game that decides who gets first place out of the group. And then on day 2, we have OR versus Mad Lions. This game does not matter at all. It's against two teams with no wins. They're, like as I just said, the two worst teams in challengers. I'm going to take OR here. I'm just going to take the one that looks like they are slightly more structured and might have some weird stuff that could throw Matt off. And then FaZe versus Moist Moguls. This is one of the biggest games of the week. It seems like the winner makes it into playoffs. If the tiebreaker is head-to-head and not round differential, the loser is out. I think. Maybe Moist would be in. I'm not sure. But Moist looked really good last week in their game against Shopify. And I'm going to take them here. That's not where I want that arrow. Okay, put that there. And FaZe don't really seem to have like ironed out roles with like a good Sentinel player. I know like Dicey is a good player playing Sentinel, but I don't think he's the right fit for that role. I think he should be opting a bit more. So yeah, with this, I have Moist getting into the midseason invitational, and as long as the tiebreakers head to head and not round differential, FaZe should be out. Which, if it's not head to head, it's brain dead. And now on to the final day, Turtle Troop versus Oxygen. I'm going to take Turtle Troop here. They've looked like a completely different team these past 2 weeks after adding Tig and Mame. It seems like Tig's IGLing has really given this team a lot more structure, as well as playing with two significantly more consistent players than what they had before that don't make terrible decisions. And Oxygen have looked a little bit shaky the past couple weeks, so I'm going to take Turtle Troop here, and they're going to make it into the playoffs, which, if you told me that a couple weeks ago, I would not have believed you. And the final game of the week, we have G2 versus Shopify. I know G2 got upset last week by Turtle Troop, but I highly doubt that happens again, so I'm going to take them to beat Shopify. This game should be pretty close. I know like G2's comps have been kind of figured out at this point with the double duelist stuff. And Shopify looked pretty decent last week against Moist, but to my knowledge, they don't have anything to play for here. So I'm going to take G2. And finally here, I just wanted to give you guys a little recap of my power rankings for this week. I forgot to do this last week in the show, but I have M80 at number 1, staying put. Guard, same thing. G2, I'm going to keep it 3, give them the benefit of the doubt. Turtle Troop, I have +6 to number 4. Moist going up a bit. TSM, same thing. Oxygen, same thing. DSG have looked pretty bad the past few weeks. I considered putting them even lower than I did here. Shopify, I don't think they're bad. I just think some of these other teams are better. Same thing with FaZe. I just I don't think like played like lowering them six bad, but I don't think they played well at all. And then Madden or the two worst teams, and I just think Matt has a little bit more talent, so I'm more inclined to put them a little higher since they have a little bit more like upset potential. And so these were my picks for the week. I have G2, Guard, Moist, TSM, Turtle Troop, and OR. And yeah, that's gonna be the video. Should be the last week of predictions for this split. I mean, that should be. It will be. And then we're on to the midseason invitational, which I should be covering a little bit of, unless I am really focused on making like content on the international leagues. So yeah, with that, it's gonna be the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.